Hi, I'm Steph and I'm in my new Oru Kayak. So this is actually a folding kayak. I've been looking at this for years, thinking like if I ever got a kayak, this would be the perfect one to have. So in the last few years, I've really been getting into kayaking, really love it. But the reason I haven't bought my own kayak was because you got to store it and then you got to travel with it. And it just seemed like too much of a barrier to do that. So I finally took the plunge and got a folding kayak. They are pretty expensive. So this was $8.99 for the kayak itself. And then I bought some accessories. But I just wanted to kind of share this video of my experience because when I was looking for this kayak, I couldn't find a lot of videos that explained kind of an unbiased opinion of this kayak. So I obviously am in the water, and I gotta say, spoiler alert, I love it. This feels so secure. It feels just like a regular kayak. My mom's actually here behind the camera. She's in a regular kayak, and that's the one I normally am in, and it feels just the same. And I'm shocked because this folds. So I'm gonna show you in today's video the unboxing experience, the putting it together, the folding it together, unfolding, and all of that good stuff. Because spoiler, I love this. I love it so much. My new kayak is here. I'm so excited. We just got it from FedEx. We know the FedEx driver, so we chatted with him. The dogs are already exploring and smelling it. So this is my new kayak. So excited. So it's all here. Everything I ordered is all here. So excited. So this is the kayak. I'm going to open this for the first time at Mom's house. This is an extra seat that I got because, want to be comfortable. This is a repair kit. Just in case anything happens, I can repair it. This is a paddle. You can use any paddle, obviously, but this one I liked because it folds up really nice. And then this is the welcome kit. So let's see what this says. A buckle. There's a dog on this. It's super cute. They are here to help. So it comes with an owner's manual, and this is showing you some like kayaking 101. So I'm definitely going to read this, even though I've been kayaking many times. And then this is the assembly manual for how to put together the kayak, which I've actually done, watched the video. So I probably know a lot of that already, but I'll read this as well. So here I am putting together the kayak for actually the second time. I put it together once at my house. I'm actually at a friend's house who lives on a really beautiful lake, so this was the perfect place to kind of try this out with no pressure of people watching or anything like that. So right here, there are the 4 pieces that need to be put into the kayak are stored in the kayak. And right here, I'm just unfolding, and there's little spots where you push down, and you have to push out the front and back part of the kayak. And it's a little bit difficult, but really not too bad. And the manual says over time, after you've done this a few times, it'll get easier. And I can already tell that after doing this for the second time. So right here's a little channel that the bulkhead goes into. So this is the back bulkhead, and this is the front. And there's this little bungee cord that attaches. And then I'm going to try to wrap the kayak around. This is probably the most difficult part. It takes a little bit of maneuvering to get this right. And again, over time, it will get easier. So I loosened the straps here first, and then I attached them, and then just tried to get them as secure as possible. This part really needs to be flat. This rounded part at the top needs to be flat. So I just did what I could to get it flat. And I'm going to come back and tighten them all at the end as well. So that's what I'm doing here, is trying to get this nice and flat. Then there's a little flap at the top that I connected, and now I'm going to the back. And it's the same process with the back. You have to push them together and then make sure that that top rounded part is flat, which is what I'm doing here. And then the bulkheads have a little piece of Velcro that attaches. I think I actually forgot this one, but I did the front one. And then the seat just attaches in really easily. And this, it comes with a seat, and I also bought that extra seat. So the extra seat is under the normal seat, but they both slip in easily. And then everything just attaches very easily. The seat can be adjusted. I adjusted that the first time I put it together, but I still think I'm going to play with it a little bit more. And there it is. I'm just making sure everything is nice and tight, just like the instructions say. And I got to say, their written instructions were perfect. Their video instructions were great. This is really made to set you up for success. They put every little kind of detail you need, where to push out the kayak, where to strap everything in. It's very, very detailed. So really good job with that. And now I'm just putting together the paddle. I bought the paddle from
Oru Kayak. Again, you can use any paddle. This one feels really nice and secure. It's actually the nicest kayak paddle I have used. The middle is a little bit difficult to put together, but it's because it's an adjustable one so that you can adjust it to different heights. And now the kayak's together, 20 pounds, literally. It's so easy to carry with one hand, not struggling at all. They recommend launching it from a dock, so that's what I'm trying here. And there's a video on their website I'll put a link in the description to that explains how to get in and out from a dock. And I do it okay. I don't do it as well as they show. So the dock was wet, so I really didn't want to sit on it, but this is the way that you really need to get in. And I should have been holding the dock a little bit more without having to do that turn. But you know what? I got in, and they recommend getting in the kayak with it already on water so you don't rough up the bottom of the kayak. But I tried this, and then I also tried off camera. I tried getting in from the shore, and that was a lot easier. So I'll probably do that from now on. And so this is just starting to kayak. And I got to tell you, this moment right here, what I'm thinking is, this is awesome. It felt just like a normal kayak. There was no part of me that felt like I was going to fall out of the kayak. That's why I brought my mom with me, because in case I fell out of the kayak right away, I don't know. I thought maybe that might happen. But it was so nice here. I'm just turning. I like to practice on this lake because it's just nice and still and there's no one else on this lake. And it just felt like a normal kayak. My any concerns I had were just kind of went away when I was using the kayak right here. It was comfortable. I didn't feel like I was going to fall in. I didn't feel like I was uncomfortable in the seat in any way. And shout out to my mom who was there helping me with the filming. And this is just a look at the kayak inside when I'm sitting in it. The footrest, it feels a little bit flimsy because it's really being held up by like a bungee cord. So we'll see how that holds up over time. I'm still going to probably adjust to get that right. And the seat I'll adjust a little bit more. But overall, I didn't feel like it didn't feel like I was going to break it or anything. So it felt comfortable. I think it was really well designed. And again, just have to see over time how this holds up. And to get out of the kayak, I decided to use the dock again. Again, my technique is not the best, and I probably should not have landed on my knee there. That's not great for my knees, but I got out of the kayak. There was no issues. Didn't feel like I was going to fall out. Mom and I actually went out the next day to go kayaking again, and I got off the kayak on the shore, and as you can see, it was much easier. The manual says two different things. One says to stand the kayak upright for any water that might have gotten inside of the corrugated part to flow out. And the other place it says to just turn it upside down like it is here. So I turned it upside down because I didn't have anywhere to lean it. But it says to leave it about 10 minutes in case there's any water that needs to get out of the corrugated part. So I left it a good amount of time. And then I went on to cleaning it because you want to make sure it's clean before it's packed up. And I'm using paper towels here. And it was very, very easy. Any kind of dirt spots just wiped away really easily. I am going to get a microfiber cloth that I can use to clean this up in the future and then just wash that so I don't have to bring paper towels. But easy to clean up. And inside it did get a minimal amount of dirt, just from shoes and things like that. But again, that cleaned up really nicely. And then I just started to disassemble, easily reversing the process of how I put it together. And the manual does say to store this kayak indoors because it doesn't do well with fluctuation of temperatures and like direct sunlight on it. So I am going to try to find a place in my house to store the kayak for the future. And again, this is how I am putting it back. There's little black lines that show you where to push it from the backside to close it. I think you can see that a little bit better here. And you just kind of push on those and it really kind of naturally closes correctly. And so there's also these little spots. They have great little markings where the 4 other components go. So that's the back bulkhead, the front bulkhead, and they just slip right in. So it's all one contained unit. And then on the other side, it has a place for the seat back and then a place for the seat itself. And again, I bought an extra seat, and though they both actually slip in easily into here. And then it just all closes up. I didn't need any assistance for any part of this. This was all very manageable for myself. And that's a big part of why I wanted this kayak too, is typical kayaks are a little bit heavy and hard to maneuver with just one person. And so this literally, here it is. It's all done. And then I packed everything up. This is all of the gear, and I'm just able to carry it all by myself and put it right in the back of the car. I personally have a Mini Cooper Clubman, and this will fit in my car, so I can take this with me wherever I want to go. On the water, I did not feel like it felt fragile at all. It felt really like a typical kayak. It performed like a typical kayak. I didn't have any issues trying to keep it straight. I am still concerned that there could be a hole or something that could happen more than in a typical kayak. So I did buy a repair kit that you saw at the beginning, and I'm also going to bring some duct tape with me in the water for future if there ever was a hole that happened as I was on the water, that I could patch it up real quick and then do a better patch job when I get home. I think the wedge was a good option to have. I haven't tried kayaking with just the normal seat, but the wedge kind of elevates you and gives you a little bit of angle. So I think that's a good add-on purchase. I've only been on the water once now, and I'm already thinking about getting a second one. So I always have a second one for a friend to go kayaking with me. So far I'm very impressed. If you want some more updates on the kayak and my experience, let me know in the comments. I also just found this website called paddling.com that has a ton of resources for all types of paddling, especially kayaking. So I'll put a link to that below because they have a whole map of all the places you can go kayaking and gear and reviews and all that sort of stuff. So I'm excited to dig into all that website has to offer. So if you like to kayak, please let me know in the comments and tell me some of your favorite gear or places to go. And I'm in the Florida area, so if you have any tips of great places in Florida to go kayaking, let me know. All right, have a great day.